Spoiler warning, this video will contain future weekly missions. If you do not want to know what they are, I suggest not watching this video. Okay, so this is going to be a weird video to make. I want to express the concern that I have, and it seems quite a few more people have this same feeling that I have, where the weekly missions recently just haven't been as fun and exciting as how they were when they first came out. There are a lot of missions that are either extremely similar to previous ones or are pretty much direct copies. And I'm going to be singling out as many of those missions as I can. We're going to start with destroy the enemy statue before sunset type missions, where they give you a certain amount of time to build up and defeat wherever you're facing before sunset. I'm going to single out all those missions, starting from mission 1, going all the way up to where I'm at now, which is 98. So, let's see. Alright, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we have 9 total destroy the enemy statue before sunset missions. And of those 9 missions, 5 of them are the exact same thing, but with different bells and whistles pretty much. And we're just going to take a quick little dive into these missions that say you have to face this large standing army and just see what they look like. Oh, here's the one with the Glacial Uprising. It's all Speartons and Swords. Oh, check out this one. This is mission 67. It's just Speartons and Swords. This one's the Triple Barricade mission, otherwise known as mission 92, and lo and behold, it's Speartons and Swords. Although I will admit, this one is different. With this one, they will attack you full stop. They will even run at you. I think they won't stop attacking until they killed all your miners, which is, I'm not even gonna go into that, but yeah, just be on alert for that. But this is pretty much the same thing, just Speartons and Swords. Here's a previous mission, mission 27, and look at that, it's just Speartons and Swords. Here's the one with the Woodland Tribes Uprising, or whatever you call them. And it's spears, archers, and a magi kill, but this time they give you this huge influx of gold. And you know what the strategy is for these missions every time they give you a huge influx of gold? There you go. This is how you win every time. Every time you're gonna win. There is not one mission that this strategy here will not win. Right here. They give you a huge sum of gold and they allow you to use Magi Kill. Well, guess what? All Magi Kill like this, you will win every single time. And finally, here's mission 13, the one that gives you a large sum of gold, and the enemy units stay in defense, and you can use the same exact strategy to beat them when they do this, and that is all Magi Kill. Yeah, sure, there's other strategies you can use, but this is one of the most guaranteed ways to win. It's just all Magi Kill. It's the same thing that I've done for all missions like this that give you a huge sum of gold and say you have to beat this large standing army before sunset. It's the same thing throughout. Here we have mission 14 versus tier 3 Speartons of Flame Feeders, and against the Prince of the Borderland Flame Feeders. And here we have its twin brother, mission 53 versus tier 4 Savage Speartons versus Prince of the Savage Speartons. Here's the upgrade screen for the Savage level. Here is the starting units. It's the Prince and 1 Spearton. Here is the damage of the Prince and his attack speed. Here is the upgrade screen for the Borderland Flame Feeders mission. Here are the starting units. It's the Prince and 1 Spiriton. And here is the damage of the Prince and his attack speed. Both Princes had the same attack speed and the same damage, the only difference being, well, actually the only difference being with one you take damage effect. I was going to say one could be stunned, but that's not true. They're Princes, they both can't be stunned anyway. So you can see, again, there's another example, and I'm afraid there is more than that. Hello, is this a Gold Rush mission? Both command Giants, Archidons, and Spiritons. Both start with a Giant, Spiriton, and 10 Miners. I wonder where I've seen that before. Oh, look at that, Mission 22. Start with 2,000 gold, both command Giants and Spiritons. Both start with a Giant, a Spiriton, and 8 Miners. So Mission 60 is pretty much Mission 22, except you start with 2 more Miners, and they allow you to command Archers. Here we have Mission 19 versus the Prince of the Woodland Tribes and versus 2 Merrics, and the enemy will attack at sunset. And here we have Mission 64 versus the Prince of the Woodland Tribes again, and versus 3 Merrics, with the enemy will attack at sunset. So it's literally the older mission except with 1 extra Merric. Here is Mission 31, where you face a mass army of Sickle-Wrath. Here are the upgrades for it. Here's the army, and here's the leader. And here is the leader's damage. 64. Keep that in mind. Now here's Mission 70 versus the Sickle-Wrath tribe and the Sickle-Wrath leader. Huh, sounds interesting, huh? Here are the upgrades. Here is the army. And now here's the damage of the Sickle-Wrath leader. Looks like 64, eh? It is 64. Well, that's very disappointing. The Sickle-Wrath leader is pretty much the same thing as that other guy, who I also thought was the Sickle-Wrath leader himself. The only difference between those 2 units is one is a faster attack speed and has more health than the bigger Sickle-Wrath leader. I don't understand. Here's Mission 87. Start with 22 Miners versus Glacial Uprising, starting with 0 gold, and it's Gold Rush. Are you surprised at this point? Mission 34. Start with 20 Miners, start with 0 gold, Gold Rush. What's the difference? One is Glacial Uprising, one isn't. So here's Mission 59. You want to know what the copy for this one is? Ah, look at that. Mission 2. It's the exact same thing, except they're just 1 tier higher. And they give you Magi Kill. You automatically win every time. Now this mission is a weird one. It blatantly tells you where it was copied from. Apparently this mission is the direct copy of number 41. And I don't understand why. Why are there so many missions that are pretty much direct copies of the other? It just makes looking forward to new missions just boring. Like, you only get 2 missions per week. You have to wait 7 whole days for new missions, at least 2 of them. I feel like they should be worth the wait. A lot of these recently have not been worth the wait. It's actually been very disappointing even. And I received a couple of comments on my most recent video pretty much expressing that, where the weekly missions just haven't been fun. And I really do hope that they do improve, because having something like this is what makes Stick World Legacy great. You know, with these weekly missions, there should be something new and amazing to look forward to each and every time they arrive, and so far they just haven't been like that. So yeah, I'm gonna end the commentating here. I will show a few more examples of missions that are pretty much direct copies of each other, but just wanted to show some really identical ones and just express my concerns for the weekly missions, and I do hope things get better. So that's all from me. I will let my editing self take over and finish this video, so see you in the next one.